Have you been in Vietnam for months already and still feel clueless as a foreigner? Do you find it struggling to order your favorite meal in Vietnam confidently? Well, today let me teach you how to order food in Vietnam like a pro. For this video, I will teach you first the basic rules, and then how to get a table, and then how to order food, and then how to pay your bills, and then finally, if you want to have online options. Okay, let's go. First, here are the basic rules in Vietnamese before you get to the ordering part. So first, to address yourself in Vietnamese, there are often two ways. First word is the word mình, and the second word is the word em. Both of us all address yourself, but the mình address you as person of equal age to everybody else, and em shows that you are of the younger age compared to the person that you're talking to. So there are two differences. If you want to show off more polite, you can use the word em here. If you want to address somebody else in Vietnamese, you can have these three important pronouns. You can have the word bạn and anh, which means Mr., and chị, which means Miss. I'll address somebody else, but the word bạn is paired with the word mình, which usually implies that you guys are of equal age, while anh or chị, they imply that the person that you're addressing are older than you. And so to address somebody else, you will add the word ơi next to them. So for example, bạn ơi, anh ơi, or chị ơi. And that is to say, hey miss, hey mister, in a polite way in Vietnamese. That is already the most important part, but the next one is how to say the numbers in Vietnamese. So for you to order the amount of food that you want in Vietnamese. So for one is một, and hai, ba, bốn, năm, sáu, bảy, tám, chín, 10. That is how you count from 1 to 10 in Vietnamese. For getting the table, you find the waitress asking, chị đi mấy người ạ? Which translates to English as, how many people are coming with you? And to this, the customer replied, cho mình một bàn, hai người, which means, give me a table for two. Of course, you can substitute the two with other numbers of the people that you're going with. And that's it. That's just how to order a table. Chị đi mấy người ạ? Bạn cho mình một bàn, hai người nhé. For ordering the food, when you want to address somebody else or call the waiter or waitress or the owner, you can say, bạn ơi, anh ơi, chị ơi, cho em gọi đồ, or cho mình gọi đồ. And what this means is that, hey, waiter, waitress, or the owner, I want to order some food. And the word cho here is very important because it signals that you want to be allowed, you want to be let to order the food. So when the waitress is asking, anh chị muốn gọi đồ gì ạ? Which means, what do you want to order? Bạn ơi, cho mình gọi đồ. Chị muốn gọi đồ gì ạ? Cho mình gọi món một bát cơm và một bát canh cua nha. Next, to ask for drinks. There are two types of drink here that are really popular in Vietnam, of course, other than soda or beer. You can get yourself a trà đá, which is a refreshing iced tea, or you can get yourself, maybe for some places they sell the soybean milk, which in Vietnamese is sữa đậu. They are both delicious and very refreshing to try after you have had a full meal. I know for some of you guys have not really adapted well to the Vietnamese cuisine yet, and especially for the spice level, or maybe the fish sauce level, or maybe even you guys have some allergy that you want the owner to be taken care about. So for this case, it's important that you learn the word không, which means no in English. And then for a list, the requirements that you have here, we would have không cay, which means no spicy, không lá không đậu phộng, which means no peanuts, không nước mắm, which means no fish sauce, không mì chính, which means no MSG. Finally, you may, for some restaurants, if they allow takeaway orders, they may ask you, ăn ở đây or mang đi. So you have finished your order and you have had a full meal, but you just realized you are too full and there are still some food on the table. You want to take them home. but how you can ask the waiter, waitress, or the owner that. You can say, again, we have the addressing parts. Bạn ơi, anh ơi, chị ơi, cho mình, or cho em mang về. So for that, that means just, hey, Mr. or Mrs. I want to bring the food home. Easy as that. Bạn ơi, gói đồ cho mình mang về nhé. Now, after finishing the food, you have taken the food you want home, it's time to pay the check. Now, as you go to the counter, you can say, Bạn ơi, cho mình thanh toán, which means, hey, I want to purchase. Bạn ơi, cho mình thanh toán nha. If you want to ask how much money that you have to pay, a very simple way to say this, I'm only recommending because it's simple, but it's not necessarily the most polite way to ask. You can ask bao nhiêu tiền, which means how much money. For us Vietnamese people, we have to say a more lengthier sentence of anh chị ơi, đơn này bao nhiêu tiền ạ? But I think that will be too much for the beginner level. So just ask them bao nhiêu tiền, or if you can add the word at the end of the sentence, it will be nice. However, if you want a much simpler way to order food in Vietnam without undergoing all the hassle that I just mentioned above, a really easy way to do is delivery app. There are 3 delivery apps that are the most common, which are Grab, Shopee Food, and Bee. For me, I love to use Grab the most because they have a stacked discounts, which means you can choose multiple discounts at once. And for me, I love discounts. Now just go into the app and then choose the food option, and then just search if there's any available food that suits your taste. Or maybe I'm feeling bún trộn today, so I'm just gonna pick my order like this and then about to check out. It is that easy. Oh, but be sure to check your address before. I just gave you the most basic rules when it comes to ordering food in Vietnam. Just remember what I teach you and you will find yourself confidently ordering your favorite food in Vietnam in no time. But remember, the key factor to order food in Vietnam in the best way is to do your research in advance and learn how to say this order in Vietnamese. It will save you from a lot of hassle. Bye bye and see you in our next video.